This is life, a single drop of water. Water is the reason for life on Earth. Without it, there would be no plants, no trees, no animals, and no humans. 71% of our planet is covered by water, but only 2.5% is fresh water. Of this, over 2/3 are frozen in glaciers and polar ice caps. Water is a resource that we have taken for granted. But as we see every day in the news, the water cycle is being affected by climate change. Climate change is seriously increasing the risk of heavy rains and extreme droughts. These have a devastating impact on ecosystems, water quality, and people's lives. These weather extreme events are a major hazard at economic level and at social level. Climate change is real. It is urgent to find innovative solutions to adapt to these challenges. BINGO, bringing innovation to ongoing water management. BINGO aims to predict the climate changes of the near future and develop strategies to cope with them. The project will provide practical knowledge and tools for end users affected by climate change. This will enable them to better cope with all climate projections, including droughts and floods. Coordinated by LNEC in Portugal, 20 European organizations work together in this project. How will this be done? And isn't there a prediction of future climate going on already? Yes, but while global climate predictions inform about long-term climate change, weather forecasts give us information about the next few days or weeks. BINGO targets the near future to fill this gap, developing improved climate predictions for up to 2025. A special focus will lie on critical weather situations at a local level, such as extreme rainfall events or droughts. Based on these climate predictions, BINGO will assess the impacts of these scenarios on the water cycle and on water demands. It will analyze the effects of climate change in key sectors of the society. Afterwards, BINGO researchers and key water end users will co-develop risk treatment and adaptation strategies to enable decision makers to better cope with the impacts of extreme weather events on the water cycle of their regions. You may think that the water cycle is so complex, and it is. This is why BINGO is built around 6 research sites from different countries that represent diverse challenges of water management approaches. The research site in Germany is the Wupper River Basin. BINGO will help the Wupper water system by designing management solutions to several climate change-related problems. In Spain, Badalona city faces urban flash floods. BINGO will focus on the improvement of the resilience of Badalona's water cycle. The research site in the Netherlands is focused on water scarcity of a sandy recharge area, the Veluwe. BINGO will provide an improved modelling of groundwater recharge. In Cyprus, the research is focused on the hydrological processes and water resources of the Troodos Mountains. BINGO will investigate mid-term options for water allocation for agriculture. The research site in Portugal focuses on surface and groundwater systems from the lower Tagus River Basin. BINGO will provide solutions in support of water supply companies and the agriculture sector. The research site in Bergen in Norway is known for high annual rainfalls. BINGO will provide a method for forecasting the available water resources and analyze the impact of climate change on the water quality. Last but not least, BINGO will build a community of practice of water end users across Europe, creating a knowledge alliance. The strategies developed will not only help policymakers, but also improve the communication between the scientific community, water professionals, decision makers, and society in general, including the next generation. As a result, BINGO will promote an increased public awareness of the effects of climate change and enable a more efficient management of water resources in Europe and beyond. Like a single drop of water is important, each one of us has a role in creating a better future. Be part of the solution and learn more about BINGO on projectbingo.eu. BINGO, a better future under climate change.